All right, hello everyone. We're back. Hole number 3 here, Pro Division. And setting up my bag here, I am probably going to go with a sniper approach. But if you don't have that as an option, you'll want to use either, Viper or Guardian, for example. Try to stay away from Big Dog as much as possible because it can end up getting you in a little bit too much trouble. So if you can find a way to make the other two work, that's what I would highly recommend. And even if you have to go Viper, here you can see, I even have a little bit more power on my Viper, for instance. But the accuracy number is going to be 1.9 per ring versus 1.0 per ring. So you'll have to go less rings with the Viper because it's not as accurate. Another thing that I can do is I can switch over to the Guardian. This is a very good club early on, especially as you progress. And, I'm going to make the switch. I might be able to use those 5 yards a little bit more than I'm thinking for this hole, because I think it's going to be very, very challenging to get it to not overpower range. So I'm going to take a couple extra yards. Keep in mind that, let me just show you a little comparison here. If you need to go Viper, that's going to be perfectly fine as well. You're going to be looking at 1 yard difference, a little bit extra ball guide, and your accuracy number will be 1.9 ring. What I will use will be 1.4 per ring. So it's a little bit more accurate. Don't have to go as many rings. It's going to increase the probability that you can make it because it, has that extra accuracy boost to make sure that, great balls don't deflect as much. When you hit a great ball with a Viper, it's almost, two some yards to the right or left of the pin. So that can be very... And look at this wind. That's interesting. So the right is going to be probably the preferred method here to go. And what you're going to need to do is you're always going to need to do max curl here. So you can see what my opponent's doing here. Let's see what that great ball does. Might get a little too aggressive. Nope, looks pretty good. Let's see if it holds on. See, that's what you have to worry about when you go to this side, is you have to stay somewhat aggressive to keep it out from rolling through into the right. So let's see what I got here. So similarly, I have to do something similar, which is I'll need to play this very aggressive towards the left, which you can see with what I'm doing. I'm leaving kind of the edge of the bullseye there. And I'm not going to do power because I needed to kind of slowly get to the other side. But I'm going to go this way because I do think it is a good way. And you can see that I'm just kind of 4 rings from the edge of the rough, trying to get a little bit more aggressive than my opponent, see if I can't hop up onto the fairway. And there it does. That's all I'm trying to do, is just get it into the fairway somewhere. It will have a tendency to roll down towards the right-hand side and roll into the rough, how you saw my opponent. If you bring your Spitfire or anything longer, if you bring, for example, a Sahara, anything that'll get you up there and you can just kind of shoot it through that gap, instead of trying to go over the bunker, try to go left of it. You can just shoot it, but here you can see, my opponent did get down there far enough, and especially with the tailwind, you can still jump the bunker. So that is going to be a good thing. And similarly with me, you're going to see me do something similar, to where I'll try to jump the bunker as well with some side spin. So I'll just try to use maybe this as my landing target. So what I'll usually do, this is max full overpower. So first I'll set up to play that 6 mile per hour wind in terms of direction, which will be about 5 rings. So I'm looking about 5 rings over, but I also need to add some overpower. Now how much? I'm going to need probably about half or so. And there you can see, grabbing my perfect ball. Just trying to get it onto the fringe there towards the pin. The farther I drive it, you can see that I barely got it to the fairway, the easier that shot's going to be. And it's always going to be a little bit shorter than had I chose to go to the left. So if I drive to the left there, it's always going to be a little bit longer shot. You'll probably have to go pretty max on the overpower and might need a better top spin wood as well. So here you can see that being able to keep this distance shorter can be favorable. And here you're going to see eagle. With my opponent eagle, I'm just going to forfeit out here. I might go left for you guys just so you can see an alternate approach. It's not going to be best for everybody to go right on this one. And with a nice tailwind, we'll be able to do it either way. But you can see that the wind will be much more of a tailwind when you actually go to the right. When you go to the left, it's going to be a little bit tail plus side wind. So that is something to consider as well. But in any regard, good luck with that third hole, guys, and catch you guys for hole number 4 coming up.